Poetry in the Park, Rock Local Entertainment Cafe right here in Highland Park, Michigan, 48203. $15 entry when doors open every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. So all of this came about because we got a venue space, and obviously there's a whole lot of talent right here in the city of Detroit. And it was just incumbent upon us to just take what we had and give it to the city and provide a platform for people to come and express themselves and do what it is that they love to do. Poetry is one of those things that people love to see, people love to hear, people love to feel, and there just wasn't too much of it going on when we first started, so we felt like we had to do something to bring, better vibes and different vibes to the city. And poetry was just one of those things, and along the way, we met this amazing brother right here, Soulful Poetry, you know what I'm saying? One of the dopest poets I've ever gotten to see, man. One of the dopest I know, one of the dopest to ever live. And he's just been a part of the journey ever since, and it's been amazing.
And as an artist, when you get in here, you feel it's your responsibility to give to the energy. Like, this space has been curating and collecting energy before we were even here. It was more like also this unspoken thing that the building kept giving us. Until this day, we still can't explain it, but we've done it so much now that it's second nature. So that's really how it started.
We found this space because I am a music artist and I needed somewhere to record my music, so I needed a studio. We found a friend of my dad's who had this building, and he was like, y'all can come use the basement, build y'all studio down there, do y'all thing. We did that, and within a few months, he actually was taking his business and moving elsewhere. So then we took over the upstairs and turned it into what's now Rock Local Entertainment Cafe venue. So we officially opened April 13th in 2019. That's when we got the full access to the building outside of just the studio space. There's this energy, this vibe that you almost feel but you can't explain or you can't touch it. And like he also said, it was being cultivated way before I even got here. This is the old 90s Knowledge Cafe. The fact that we came in here kind of naturally, but also with a similar background and a similar understanding to what the city needs, it was just kind of like, that's the vibe that we can't explain, but that is present here.
This has been a space for people to build relationships with each other. Like, so many people who might have social anxiety, so some people who are introverted, some people who don't feel like they have anybody, and they come here and it's a space like they've never felt before. The best way to explain the energy is home. Camaraderie, artistry, therapy. This is a place for people to come together and feel safe. A place to evolve your artistry in almost every aspect, whether it be music, poetry, curating events. I've seen so many people let out emotions, really let out emotions, crying, people who screamed and got mad, and no one in the crowd ever judged them. We just sat there and let them.
These last 3 years in the world have been trying as human beings, as citizens, as Americans, whatever, in so many different regards and respects. And because of that, and because we're artists and poets and talented, there have been plenty of things that people get on the stage and express that are not only their feelings, but an opinion of the world that we're living in. And it's very easy for somebody to take that part of the subject matter and forget about the artistry, forget about the artist, you know what I mean? But I've never seen it happen, and moreover, I've seen people of different sizes of the spectrum, of whatever spectrum you want to refer to, connect, have relationships, have conversations, work together, build together. So definitely no censorship.
Because we move off respect, and people who are used to coming here know that already, there's never really a need for us to censor anybody. If anybody gets to a point where it seems like they might be saying something that makes people uncomfortable, of course we'll handle it and talking to them and respectful. One thing we don't do is cut people off mid-people.
Honestly, Poetry in the Park, it's more than just an event. Now, it's therapy. So many people feel a connection to the atmosphere, the environment, you know what I mean? And whether we're in this building or a bigger and better one, you know what I mean? Or, the world falls and crashes and burns again, you know what I mean?
Poetry in the Park will always be.
Always.
And also, it's not in the actual park. It's in Highland Park, all right? I think this is our perfect opportunity to explain this. It's kind of one of them conspiracy theories that's been going on for a couple years. Yeah, all right.
If you understand the spirit and its connection to the body, the mind, then inevitably all poetry is a sliver of that spirit's essence and being. The spirit is what guides us to make and create and to be and to know how to be deeply intertwined, if you ask me.
I feel like the connection is that your spirit can't talk all the time, and poetry is it's like Google Translate. A lot of the times when some things that your spirit needs to say, or if you want to go deep into it, you get into God or whatever it may be that you're going after. It's poetry is the foundation. It's the platform in which you are able to express and lay those things down to be safe. And because poetry is such a wide and broad scale, it can handle the wide and broad scale of what really spirituality is. So there's really no limit, just like there's no limit. Off the mic, soulful is Earl. Extremely silly, loves cartoons. He sits and he watches romantic comedies and read books about philosophy. So he's continuously trying to find a way to expand his mind and become aware of emotion. Growing and changing every day is hard, and off the mic, that is something that Earl deals with every day.
Off the mic, Koron is usually in thought. I can even struggle sometimes to be present because of that. But I'm always kind of looking forward to the future these days, and not because the present isn't enjoyable or where I want to be. Sometimes I actually just get lost in it, but I appreciate life, and so off the mic, I'm just trying to do better every day. Thank you, Brittany, for coming and doing this interview. We really appreciate you. Poetry in the Park appreciates you. Jules of Detroit appreciates you, and Rocco for Entertainment Cafe appreciates you so much for doing this. You are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And as just humans, as just people, as not artists, very much appreciative for opportunities to constantly tell our story, constantly show people why we do this. It's not always just about the money. And Joel, that financial growth is part of it to make it a career. We're doing this because we have a love for it.